Hello, welcome to JoyNews Today. I am Emefa Akosia Adeti. The bulletin is live from our studio here in Kokomlemle, Accra. We're also live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 125. In our top stories this hour, cash-strapped WAEC now under pressure from government to finish marking WATC papers and release the belated results before the end of the year, despite receiving only 25 million cedis out of the over 100 million cedis owned.
Through the holidays to get the results out on or before 29th.
And the Electoral Commission stands firm on its decision to recollate results in disputed constituencies despite backlash from the NDC.
All of us are aware that from the two political parties, they were saying that they were able to collate their result before 12 midnight on the 7th, right? Mean that all of them have the results. So the question I pose is, why are we here?
We have reactions from the NDC. Also, EC agents vow to arm themselves in 2028 after facing intimidation and attacks in 2024 polls.
The district that used the least number of community vehicles used 10. Price of commission 111. Now, if I will give my vehicle for you, you will not pay and the vehicle will be bent. Would I give them out?
And Public Health Alert, the Environmental Protection Agency has issued a warning over deteriorating air quality due to escalating dust levels. This Harmattan season will bring you details of its advice to vulnerable individuals who plan to engage in outdoor activities this Yuletide, with experts' recommendations on how to stay safe.
We need to keep them hydrated, and as EPA has suggested, they can put on nose mask.
We've got details for you. Do stay. Many thanks for choosing us. First this afternoon, the Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the National Democratic Congress, Dr. Rashid Tanku Computer, says the party will resist the declaration of the recollated results from 9 parliamentary constituencies. He accuses the Electoral Commission of becoming increasingly lawless in its handling of the process. This comes after the EC strongly defended its decision to recollate results, describing it as a standard procedure to ensure electoral integrity. The EC has completed recollation in 7 constituencies, all favoring the NPP candidates, with the process continuing in the remaining 2. Speaking to my colleague Benjamin Akakpo, Deputy Chairman of Corporate Service, Dr. Bosman Asari, and Director of Training, Dr. Sandra Quaiwu, emphasized that the exercise is crucial to addressing disputes and ensuring accurate results.
So the evidence available, will look at it. Unlike the other ones, we don't know, we didn't know the winners. The counting continued and we were able to know the winners. But for this one, as you said, Madam Akrugu was declared. So what we are going to do, we look at the 3 polling stations. We've requested our officers to bring us the evidence supporting that. Once we have those evidence, the commission will go ahead and do the needful. Because we are committed to ensuring that the right things are done. And that's what we are just doing.
So you're saying that as of now, you've still not looked at the evidence as far as...
Oh no, our people have fed us with a lot of information. The commission will meet over written. A decision will be taken as to when to have the returning officers meeting over the 2 constituencies so that we put everything... Well, you know, we need to gazette the results from the 2 polling stations. The others are in the process of being gazetted. So we are working on that.
Now, on that issue, we know the Kwashiman cluster of schools went up in flames. There were ballot boxes there and all of that. What happens to that constituency then? No,
that's why the commission is going to meet and, usually...
Because at least there too, I believe it was Irabna Obin who was declared the winner.
And she was declared with 77.9% of the polling stations. And now... That's unacceptable. Right. It's not done.
And now the rest of the evidence is lost.
Yeah, so, the last time they met, they were able to get out of the 62 outstanding polling stations, they were able to get about 37 of them.
No, 25.
25. So meaning we have 37 outstanding.
Deficit.
Yeah. So
are you going to be able to retrieve that?
Oh yes, the commission is looking at all the options available. Once we look at all the options available, a determination will be made. Then the process will continue.
See, all of us are aware that from the two political parties, they were saying that they were able to collate their result before 12 midnight on the 7th, right? Mean that all of them have the results. So the question I pose is, why are we here? Because if you have the results, I also have the results. Just a matter of...
I've actually asked them the same question, that if you have your set of results, bring them and let's reconcile. Why do you think it's difficult to bring their results so that you can reconcile?
Oh, they will be able to explain. So the most important thing is that because the results are already in, with time, the commission will be able to get all the results in either hard copy form or soft copy form. Once they get them and they are reliable.
But the NDC says it will resist the recollation results. Dr. Rashid Tanku Computer is the Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the National Democratic Congress.
Every electoral cycle has its own CI. Every electoral cycle, it comes with a CI, constitutional instrument, put together at IPAC level and adopted at Parliament, and it is used to govern the elections. 2004 has its own constitutional instrument. They should go and read it and see the various regulations in therein to understand why those days certain happenings went that way. Very well, like I indicated, that their statement should be thrown out completely. Don't even administer it. Complete fasting. And I'm saying that it comes on the heels of what Madam Jean Mensah asked for staff. And I read, equal levels went requested before declaration of results. Once the election results have been declared, a dissatisfied party cannot request for a recollation or recount of the ballots. So what has changed here? That's, now compare that one to what they have just issued today. Or who are they fooling? So please, these things that we are doing, the Electoral Commission is continuously becoming a very lawless institution.
Let's stay a bit longer on elections because the EC agents have issued a warning threatening to arm themselves during the 2028 general elections after facing intimidation and physical attacks during the collation of results in the 2024 polls. The agents, who play a pivotal role in ensuring the integrity of the electoral process, expressed frustration over repeated instances of violence targeting election officials. Deputy EC Chair Dr. Bosman Asari lamented the vulnerability of its officials despite security presence.
The district that used the least number of community vehicles used 10. Private commissions 111. Now, if I will give my vehicle for you, you will not pay, and the vehicle will be bent. Would I give them out? So that's the second point. Then the third point is, if these things are allowed to fester, then what will happen is that in 2028 there should be no election. 2028. No, there should be no election. So the strongest will now declare themselves the winner. Is that what you are looking for?
I wanted to make a point. Now, you know, these incidents that have happened, the challenge for us now is that the people we are going to get to work as returning officers for us in 2028. My colleague was trying to highlight on that. When I'm on some of their platforms, people are even talking about now they have to even arm themselves.
Arm themselves?
Yes, because they are being threatened. They are talking, people are even, this volunteer work you are doing for your country, then people will beat you up. And it's not good. So it's the reason why the media must support the Electoral Commission. Let's do the right thing.
Now, the New Patriotic Party has announced plans to probe the reasons behind its defeat in the 2024 general elections. Party Chairman Stephen Ayesu Intim says the Election Review Committee will be formed in January 2025 to analyze the loss and gather input from members and the public. The findings, he noted, will shape constitutional reforms aimed at positioning the party to reclaim power in 2028.
Leadership of the NPP went into the 2024 general elections with a lot of hope and positivity. Our aim was to secure an emphatic victory at the polls, and we worked very hard at it. As a party, we put in our best efforts in the campaign. I commend all members of the various campaign teams of the party, from polling stations to the national level, who also put in their very best in the campaign. Equally, I deeply appreciate the dedication and commitment of all members, sympathizers of the New Patriotic Party for your tireless efforts. There is no doubt that the outcome of the elections was not what we hoped for. We may not have won the battle, but we haven't lost the war on the quest for a better Ghana, shaped by the ideals and philosophies of the New Patriotic Party. As leadership of the party, we share in the pain of all party faithful who have been devastated by the outcome of the elections. We understand your disappointments because we feel it too, just as the hundreds of thousands of Ghanaians who invested their hopes and dreams in this campaign do. As a party that was formed by individuals from all sectors of our society who are motivated by the ideals of development and freedom, we seek to grow the individual liberties of our people by growing a strong democracy. The party will, in the months of January 2025, set up an effective and objective election review committee to undertake a post-mortem into the outcome of the election. The committee will engage all party stakeholders and the general public on the factors and circumstances leading to our defeat. We have a firm belief that the work of the election review committee will enable our people to express their concerns and to bring out suggestions and reforms, changes, and other critical issues necessary to restructuring our party. One critical area that must occupy the attention of the election review committee is the possible need for constitutional amendments and the restructuring of the party's internal decision-making processes, particularly on the mode of electing presidential, parliamentary candidates, and party executives, among others. Indeed, this is a difficult time for us as a party, but we are resilient people. We must, and we will rise again from this defeat. We will be reorganizing ourselves for the battles of tomorrow.
Now, the Member of Parliament elect for Hohoi Wolanyo Chekbo says defeating the incumbent NPP candidate in the constituency was no easy feat. Contesting political heavyweight John Peter Amu in the constituency, where he was relatively unknown despite hailing from Alavanyo, made the victory even more challenging. Mr. Chekbo has vowed to work tirelessly to weaken the NPP's influence in Hohoi ahead of the future elections.
A new phase emerged in the political history of the Hohoi constituency of the Volta region in 2023. Wolanyo Chekbo was tasked by the National Democratic Congress's national chairman, Asiedu Nketia, to unseat the New Patriotic Party's John Peter Amewu. Though he was received with mixed feelings and identified as an alien, he sailed through the NDC parliamentary primaries contested by 6 aspirants.
Even in Bono, it was tough because I'm not from Bono, but going there to contest and winning to be the Bono Regional Youth Organizer and the Bono Hafo Regional Youth Organizer was another tough journey. We were able to sail through. I didn't stay in the constituency for long. And coming to contest the primaries, yes, was another Herculean task. But the strategies we put in place was able to make us sail through. In fact, Bono went through the process and Asiedu Nketia as a politician And that experience helped me to win the primaries and then also to embark on this long journey that brought us this far.
Being handed the mandate to contest the parliamentary seat on the ticket of the NDC, Mr. Quaiwu marshaled all forces to face John Peter Amewu. With a well-thought-through strategy, including undertaking developmental projects with the support of regional and national executives, the NDC won back the seat on December 7, 2024. Mr. Quaiwu polled 31,163 votes against Mr. Amewu's 14,971 votes.
Moving from the primaries and contesting somebody who has been in the system all this while, regional chairman for the entire region, Volta region, someone who has been energy minister, someone who has been lands and forestry minister. That's a big fish, not in only MPP, but in our political system. And then there's a young man coming to contest him. That's why I said a lot of people see it as something impossible. But with determination and the right people around, we were able to conquer the elephants and got it slaughtered.
Mr. Quaiwu outlined road construction, job creation and water and sanitation projects as major interventions he would undertake during his 4-year term.
So it's a huge task, but John Mama promised me. I discussed these permanent problems with him, and then he promised that he will help me to succeed in those areas. He said his road minister is going to help me. The Hawkway entry roads and the Eastern Corridor roads are going to be on top of his agenda. UHAS is going to be on top of his agenda, and he's going to help me. Youth unemployment, we are going to see to it that we solve it by bringing 1 or 2 factories to the constituency. One in Fodom, a cassava factory. We are thinking about a coffee processing factory, and also bamboo processing factory in Alavanyu. All this will be able to reduce the unemployment rate.
Mr. Quaiwu and the NDC vowed to diligently deliver on their mandate to make the NPP unpopular in Hawkway and the Volta region. Fred Kwame Asari, Joy News, Hawkway.
The 56.4-kilometer Jasikan-Dodo-Pepegusu stretch of the Eastern Corridor Road, completed just 3 years ago, has developed fresh defects, leaving residents and commuters frustrated. Once a promise of progress, the road's current state is causing economic hardship and safety concerns for those who rely on it daily. Peter Sene reports on the growing calls for urgent repairs and accountability.
2 months after its inauguration in September 2022, the first defect was reported and subsequently fixed by the contractor at Kokrantumi, a suburb of KJB. A year on, another defect was noticed at Papasi Junction at kilometer 17, which was supposed to have been fixed. This was the state of the repair works done on the 11th of January 2024 when JoyNews visited the area at about 4 p.m. when work was supposed to have been completed. A year after the second report on the deteriorating state of portions of the road, the same area is given up, exposing the quality of work done on the stretch. The Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, in 2019, during the sword-cutting ceremony at Jasikan, touted the credibility of Sino Hydro Company as that of world class.
I know Sino Hydro wants to take 30 months to do this. We are going to push them to go faster so that we can get to our roads very quickly. But Sino Hydro, as you all know, is a world-class. Power China is a world-class organization. World-class. They do quality work and they are known for what they have been doing.
The then roads minister, Amuakwata, vowed and assured that the days of shoddy works on our roads were over as far as the integrity and credibility of Sino Hydro was concerned.
The Ghana Highway Authority will ensure that the implementation of these works is adequately and properly supervised. Kenyans have value for money, and I have competent, knowledgeable engineers in my ministry to do this supervision. And I want to assure all of you, to assure the people of this country, that under the leadership of His Excellency, the President, Nana Abdul, as I said, supported by his able Vice President,
this afternoon, there's mounting pressure on the West African Examination Council to release the results of the WASI conducted several months ago. Despite the agency, WAEC faces significant financial constraints, with the government owing the body over 100 million cedis so far. Only 25 million cedis have been paid. The Minister of Education paid a working visit to WAEC's office at Ridge to inspect the progress and address concerns. My colleague Michael Ashale was present and joins us in studio. Michael, it's Christmas Eve and this pressure is mounting on WAEC. What's the mood like in the offices?
So when we got there as early as 8 a.m., what we saw was people running around. I'm guessing that this is to move from one room to another. What we are told by WAEC in the last 24 hours is that they had to put together a skeleton crew because they're actually supposed to be on Christmas break. So those people are, you see them running around, moving from one office to the other, trying to move papers around, trying to also get their machines working. We know that one of those people, or one of those groups of people, will be the technicians who are responsible for the objective scanners that were broken now, which this 25 million was going to fix as well.
Interesting. Now, it's Christmas Eve, and I'm wondering, the date that has been given to them by the minister, does it look like pay assessment? Does it look like they would meet that target?
Well, if the numbers that have been banning around is anything to go by, possibly they're able to meet this deadline. What the minister, who was there paying a day's working visit to WAEC, has been doing that. He was ushered through some of the rooms where we understand the marking of these objectives are going on. And these sort of, in his assessment, he's been told by WAEC, well, that's what he also told us, that they have managed to do almost 50% of the objective papers for all the students. So in less than 24 hours, WAEC has been able to go through almost 50%. He has the assurance that by the end of today, they would have finished that. And hopefully before the end of the year, they can release the results for these students to begin the admission processes to the various universities. So we can listen to the minister at the WAEC head office at Rage, speaking to journalists on the timelines and the work at WAEC.
This is not unusual. However, I came to apprise myself of developments in terms of the fact that they are working now through the holidays to get the results out on or before 29th of this month. So I came and I saw the workers scanning is being done. Close to 50% is done. They assure me by the end of the day over 50% of scanning will be completed. On or about 29th of this month, the results will come out.
Well, Michael, so let's concern ourselves with the arrears. Did they give any specific timelines?
Well, that's a question we put directly to the minister, but he refused to give us an answer to that. All he told us was that, well, they are working with WAEC to get these results released as soon as. What we know is that they were owing around 118 million Ghana cedis. They've only released 25 million Ghana cedis, at least for nothing at all. They have more than 80 million Ghana cedis to go. We don't know when exactly they will pay that, but we are told that they are trying to work around the clock, also hoping that some checks will come through before the end of the year to WAEC.
Michael, you're a champion. Thank you so much. Now, moving away from that, in the wake of the Environmental Protection Agency's grave warning about worsening air quality this Hamilton season, experts are urging caution, especially for vulnerable groups. Pediatric pulmonologist at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Dr. Sandra Quaiwu, has stressed the importance of limiting outdoor activities for children, the elderly, and those who have pre-existing health conditions. She recommends wearing nose masks and taking extra precautions to safeguard respiratory health during this festive period. Before we hear from her, here is a report by Clean Air journalist Michael Ashale.
It's that familiar season of the year where the air is saturated with dust and dry. Like every year, the air quality during Harmattan moves from moderate to hazardous levels. Starting from mid-December to peaking in late February, air quality watchers say this period impacts Ghana's air quality, which is currently in the red zone. Medics warn respiratory-related health problems will be high among those who will be exposed to the poor air quality. Data from the EPA shows air pollution is off the charts. At Adabraka and the University of Ghana, the air quality index has soared above 200, a stark, very unhealthy warning for everyone and especially risky for vulnerable groups. Across Accra, Breathe Accra census report dangerously high PM 2.5 levels, with markets like Makola and Agbogboloshi blanketed in hazardous air. To put this in perspective, the WHO's recommended safe limit for PM 2.5 over 24 hours is 15 micrograms per meter cube. In some areas of Ghana, levels are hitting 15 times that, 4 times higher at minimum. This pollution isn't just dust. It's made up of fine particulate matter that can seep into your bloodstream and even reach your brain. Adding to the crisis is the relentless pumping of pollutants from vehicles and factories, compounding the already dire situation. The EPA has issued a notice cautioning the public about the dangerous air quality levels and advised protective masks and minimizing outdoor activities where possible. Vulnerable groups, including children, the elderly, and those with pre-existing conditions, are urged to take extra precautions. For Joy News, Michael Ashale.
We can now hear from pediatric pulmonologist at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Dr. Sandra Quaiwu, who has been sharing some vital recommendations to help protect our health this festive season amid the worsening air quality.
Children who are also not vulnerable, we would say a healthy child, they still can come down with upper respiratory tract infection. So as much as practicable, we can limit outdoor activities. But that is not to say they shouldn't exercise at all. If they need to go out in the sun, we need to keep them hydrated. And as EPA has suggested, they can put on nose mask that will limit how much pollution they are exposed to. So that would be a recommendation. I think we all need the knowledge, the awareness is important. Any precaution that we can take, wearing your nose mask would be advisable. And if you can avoid it, if you don't need to go there, then it will. I would say please don't go there. But if you are a resident there, then you can limit your outdoor activity, and so that you would limit how much exposure you come into contact with. And I think even beyond the hot spots, I would say, generally when we step out, we're seeing that the whole atmosphere is very humid around this time, and there's a lot of particulate matter that is suspended. So literally all of us around this time stand the risk of being exposed to high level of pollutants. So we all need to be alert. We all need to protect ourselves. We all need to limit how much pollution we are exposed to.
Laughter and learning lit up the town of Adroba in the Tano North District as children gathered for the maiden Christmas Kids Educational Fanfare. Amid the festivities, Director of the New Day Foundation, Nana Kwame Fusu, is urging parents to prioritize the education of the children. He urged them to invest in their future, reminding them that lasting community development begins at home. Precious Samevo has more.
Adroba is a farming community in the Tano North District of the Hafo region. To ensure a memorable Christmas celebration for community pupils, a not-for-profit organization, New Day Foundation and partners organized the maiden Christmas Kids Educational Fair, sponsored by 3 local contractors of Newmont Ahafo North project. The pupils were involved in activities including dancing, singing, poetry recitals, musical chairs, bouncy castle, and face painting, with food and drinks, back-to-school packs with pens, pencils, exercise books, and mathematical sets for about 900 beneficiaries to support their educational needs. Nana Kwame Fusu is the director of the New Day Foundation.
The time during which we are organizing this event is Christmas, and we got to know that there's never been this kids fun party, and so we're like, okay, why don't we kill 2 birds with 1 stone? So aside sharing these educational materials to the kids, why don't we throw a party for all the kids gathered here? And so it's all meant to give them educational materials and also help them or sponsor them to have fun during this festive period.
He called on parents to see investment into their children's education as a sustainable gift for development.
So far as these three companies are having jobs to do from new months, they are encouraged to be organizing activities that they call corporate social responsibilities. And so we are very confident that in terms of sustainability, events such as this has come to stay. We've come not to, as it were, take over their burden or their responsibility entirely. We've come to provide support and also to inspire the kids. The lands are getting finished, so the only important, the most sustainable gift you can leave for your kid is education. And so there's no better gift than educating your child. So we are encouraging parents to do everything possible to support their children through the basic school all the way to the highest height in education as they can give, because education is the most worthy assets that they can leave their kids.
Adontin Hine of Adroba, Nana Eduse Brimpon, urged the pupils to take advantage of the support to secure a brighter future. Precious Semevo, Joy News, Adroba.
Well, with less than 24 hours to Christmas, traders in parts of Accra are lamenting the slow pace of sales, saying the festive rush they anticipated is yet to materialize. Many are worried about the lack of patronage during what is usually their busiest season. My colleague Miraculous Na Moko has been speaking with some of these traders and has gauged the situation. Let's listen.
The goods are really expensive. When I complained, they said it was due to the exchange rates and the depreciation of the cedi against the CFA. That's why they are unable to buy wares, which has made things more expensive. I came to buy dresses for children, rice and other items, but it's not easy. 2,000 Ghana cedis was not enough. So we are pleading with the incoming government to do something about it.
This year,
because the traders are complaining about the exchange rate. We complained about this issue last year, but this year it's worse. We don't know whether it's because of the elections or not. They keep increasing the prices and it's expensive, but people are compelled to buy regardless. The exchange rate is not favorable, so goods are very expensive and people are not buying as quickly as they should. People would have been buying in bulk, but that's not the case. People are complaining that the goods are expensive. We are begging the government to intervene and help reduce the cost for us so we can afford these items and take care of our children.
You're watching Joy News Today. We'll go for a quick break. We'll be back with business. Please stay.
Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Business. My name is Sandra Quaiwu. Chief Executive of the State Interest and Governance Authority, SIGA, John Boydu, has urged the John Mahama government to pay critical attention to the operations of the authority. According to Mr. Boydu, SIGA has a significant role to play in growing the economy through mobilization of public funds. He was speaking to journalists at the launch of the SIGA Entities Portal.
important that government looks at SIGA as one of the most important, if not, it should be the first appointment they should make. I think that is important that we've established these staffs here. None of them are here because of their political whatever. They are qualified people in their own right. And I would least expect that any disturbance in terms of transfers and all that will happen. If not, the entire entity will come down. For me, I supervise and make sure that they do their work. And so just being out does not mean anything. You can get somebody who will place a cigar at where it belongs to. And if it is done and done very well, in the whole of Africa, just about 2-3 countries that have the kind of cigar arrangement that we have. Singapore, for instance, developed their kind of cigar arrangement in 1971. 1971. That will tell you the kind of successes they've chalked over the years. Their cigar, that is called Tamasek, hold assets to the tune of $800 billion.
Now, Kasa Global Imaging Limited has announced its readiness to partner with government in the coming year to provide the public health sector with vital logistics and equipment. This partnership is aimed at improving healthcare delivery nationwide through its corporate social responsibility. Here's more in this report.
In terms of health, we also believe that the new government would bring more infrastructure, would improve the current infrastructure. They would also equip more of our public hospitals so that they will be at par with private hospitals. We can also meet the needs of the general public better. You know, if my grandmother is in a village and she wants to go to a hospital, she's most likely going to attend a government hospital. And if we are able to equip those government hospitals properly, we believe that a lot of people would be able to access quality and affordable health. So that's what our main focus is for the coming year. We believe we can support the government in so many ways. Another thing that we came up with, which started this year, that we're going to take very seriously next year, is the working on projects together with organizations like private facilities and even government institutions. We want to be able to, we have positioned ourselves in such a way that we can provide equipment to these facilities, and then, you know, we have a very structured payment plan that is long-term. That is one thing that we believe is going to take our health system and our health institutions very far.
All right, and that's it for the segment. More business news on the marketplace. Stay with us. We have more news coming up.
Time now to bring you sports here on JoyNews Today with me, Muftaro Nabila Abdul. Former Ghana Black Stars striker Abdul Majid Waris has described Ghana's failure to qualify to the African Cup of Nations in Morocco next year as a shame. According to him, he understands the support Ghanaians have got for the Black Stars, and the failure of the senior national team to be part of the next edition of the tournament is quite disappointing.
For sure, as a player who have also played the national team, and then I know what it means for the whole of Ghana to qualify for this this tournament, and I think I would say it's a shame to all of us. And I feel like it's something needs to be done. I think we are not, everyone is hurt, and then we are not going to feel it that much now. But when it's time for the tournament, when you see the countries arriving for the tournament, and then the joy, the happiness that it brings into the country, that's when the country will start to even feel it more. So I think it's something that we are all not happy about, but it's past, and then the only thing that can be done is like look into how we can make it into the next one.
The Black Stars, they have failed, but the Black Galaxies, they are still hunting for an opportunity to be part of the next edition of the CHAN tournament that will take place in Tanzania, Uganda and Kenya. Well, former Ghana international Emmanuel Amu has called on Didi Dramani and his technical team to attack Nigeria in the second leg. The first leg at the Accra Sports Stadium ended 0-0, and with a scoring draw in Nigeria, Ghana will be qualifying to the tournament, and Amu has advised that Ghana should go on the front foot.
For what I've seen yesterday, it's two reflections of the game, because we couldn't create any decent chances the whole 90 minutes. I think they hit the post once, some deflection ball, and the first half, I think they played better more than us. The second half, when we brought in the free and entry and other players, I think the game changed a bit, and we played very well, pressed them very high to get goal, but we couldn't. All is not lost. I'm praying that history comes back like how we did to them in the World Cup when we drew in Kumasi and everybody thought, oh, it's over, and we went there 1-1 and we qualified. Though this is a different ball game, it will be very difficult because the way they played yesterday was they were very comfortable on the ball and they possessed the ball very well and they were very threat in the game as well. But I'm very optimistic that we will right the wrongs and go there and prove ourselves. But we should be very careful if not to go and defend, because this is only one game. When you lose, you are not going anywhere, and we can't do that, because, mind you, we didn't qualify for the AFCON Cup of Nations. If they chance to, we don't qualify, then there will be a bit of disaster. So, yeah, we will support them, pray for them. They should go all out and win the game for us in the return leg.
Love FM and Inshira FM have decided to throw some spotlight into table tennis in Kumasi. They believe that this is a discipline without the needed attention and financial support to grow the sport. And with the right investment, talents in the area will be unearthed. My colleague Stephen Zando has details in this report.
The competition, put together by the Ashanti Regional Table Tennis Association, together with Love FM and Inshira FM, witnessed girls and boys from selected clubs in the various communities in Kumasi in thrilling encounters for the ultimate prize. In the end, Frederick Mensah of Sokoban Table Tennis Club emerged winner of the boys category with a 3-0 dominant straight win. Frederick Mensah is happy to have won the trophy.
Frederick Mensah, and I'm excited to have won the cup. And this cup is for all my fans. From here, I will win international award from Ghana.
Sokoban Table Tennis Club's Loveland Ekwia Ajiman of KNUSC Primary School won the girls category by 3-0 straight win in another dominant performance from the girl from Sokoban. Loveland, who is a popular table tennis player in the Ashanti region, is targeting international competitions.
I feel good, and my coach trained me every day, and I am happy to win this trophy and the money. I'm going to play table tennis all over the world. I will be the champion.
Vice Chairman of the Ashanti Regional Table Tennis Association, Timothy Abedu, was satisfied with the successful organization of the competition.
And going forward, in fact, we have a lot to do. This tournament has come to stay. We are going to look at whether quarterly or yearly and make sure that this talent that we are having, they will not be wasted. We are also having training plans and so many plans in order to nurture a lot of talents and help to bring up the game. In fact, the game has been down for some time now, and we are going to do our best to make sure it stands on its feet. To move forward, I will seize this opportunity to thank our special sponsors. Without them, like this tournament could have been very difficult. Now, we begin with the GTTA, our National Mother Association. In fact, they've been very good and helping us to put this thing together. Now, looking at coming to Stanbic Bank, in fact, they've also done a very massive sponsorship for us. Now, when we move on, I also thank Amponsefa. They've also done very well.
The winners were given cash prize, medals, and trophies. Steve Zando for Joy Sports.
The winner is Frederick Mensah. Let's clap for him. Let's clap for him. Clap for him. Clap for him.
That is your sports for now. We do have more sports stories on myjoyonline.com. We appreciate your time.
Welcome back, and it's just 2 days to Ghana's biggest Christmas party, the Joy Family Party in the Park. Let me take you live to the Bree Botanical Gardens, where preparations are underway for the big meet on Thursday. My colleague Semefa Pesu joins me. Semefa, please bring me all the preparations happening at the Botanical Gardens.
So it's less than 48 hours to the Joy Family Party in the park right here at the Bree Botanical Garden. I mean, MFA, you don't want to imagine how the environment looks like, how it is shaping up. I mean, we have kids here already. We have some family who came here for recce. They are asking, where is it taking place? So I was told by the tour guide. We have cleaners who came here as early as 8 a.m. to clean the place. As you know already, we need to be healthy. And if we must be healthy, we must keep a clean environment. So they've been cleaning here. I can see chairs here already. The daddy's corner where the pork and other stuff will be taking place is already taking shape. I have some kids. I mean, let me interact with them. Hi, how are you doing? What is your name?
My name is Stanley. I'm on painting.
Right, so we have a party here on Thursday. You came here with Daddy to survey the place, see how it's going. Are you coming here?
Yes, please. It will be very exciting, I think so.
It'll be exciting, And what about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want to say? You'll be what?
I did it myself.
You'll be coming here with Mommy and Daddy? Okay, so you tell me, which of the games do you think you can partake in? Singing, dancing, eating competition? Which one would you do?
Dancing.
You can dance very well?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mommy and Daddy said they'll be bringing you guys here on Thursday. Are you ready? Are you going to have fun?
I really like food, so I will partake in the eating competition.
You really like food, so you'll be taking... what about you? You tell me.
Me, dancing competition.
You want to be dancing?
Yes.
You can dance?
Yes.
The next what? Is it Ziggy or which one? Dance God?
Any dance.
Okay, so we'll be expecting you guys on Thursday. Come with Mommy and Daddy and have fun. After that, you can go to school with a clear mind. Do you get it? All right, thank you very much. So, Alpha, that is it. We have some of the cleaners here. They have been here as early as 8 a.m. to clean and take care of the place for us. So let me speak to some of them and let them tell us what they have been doing from Monday. So I was told. So you said you came here as early as Monday morning to clean this place. So tell me all about it.
Okay, I work here. We heard about the program, so we've been preparing the program. We've been preparing the place from Monday. But right now, we are doing raking, we are sweeping, and we are making sure everywhere is tidy.
All right. So will you be returning tomorrow, or after today you are done with the cleaning?
No, please, we'll be coming tomorrow because the program will be on Thursday. Sure. So we have to come here tomorrow and make sure that everywhere is okay for the program.
Right. So there you have it. Everywhere should be clean for the program on Thursday because we need a healthy environment for this. You can see we have already.
Oh, there you go. You know how we're preparing for the big Christmas party. It's just 2 days and you don't have to miss. It would open exactly at 10 a.m. but the gate will be open at 9. And don't worry even about security. We've got all of that sorted. It's just 200 cedis for family of 6. And then you can also reserve your table as well from Samuel. Please, you can access all the information on all of our platforms. Thank you for watching today. Joy News with me, MFA Akosia Adati. For more news, do log on to myjoyonline.com.